Oh, click. Oh. How can I see that I'm live right now? Can I see that?
I've just got the notification.
Okay, cool. Hopefully it should tell me that I'm live in a minute then. Okay. Hey, we have one person in. That's quick. Faster than usual. Oh, they left. Oh, that was you?
It wasn't me.
Oh, might have been me. Now it looks stupid.
You do. There is very much a delay.
Yeah, there's live streams and stuff. They always are. It's fine. What I might try to do then, what I might do this time is see if I can edit the because you can cut the beginning so that it posts without all of the stuff where we're just waiting for people to show up. So I might do that next time. Howdy, everyone. Hey, Abinaya. Oh, how's it going? Hello, Sybil. Oh, you got in this time because Sybil had a problem last time. They didn't get a notification or anything, so they asked if it was members only, but it was not. Hi, Radhika. Hi, Katie. Are we going to get ourselves banned today again, Abinaya? You should be checking what I sent today. I've been very busy today, actually. I've been doing like non-stop tidying and then like working on, because this week I want to try and do at least 4 videos this week. So I've been like planning those out and everything. So I've been super, super busy, but I will get around to eventually checking what you said. But obviously I have clients as well. And it's just, I'm a busy bee. We only actually, busy bee. Yeah, we only literally just sorted out all of our stuff from like when we went away this like today as well. So
yeah, we got back really late yesterday. So we had like all of our stuff all packed in the hallway, and had to unpack it, wash it, and done about 5 loads of washing today.
Yeah, and we did shopping. Getting banned. BRB flying out to your place. You don't even know where I live. Sybil says, yes, I did get in this time. I'm glad I got a notification. Yeah, no idea why you didn't last time. It definitely wasn't members only. I won't be doing members only until it literally gets to a point where we physically cannot keep up with comments and stuff, and then I'll probably start doing members only for the members that don't obviously get answers. But for now, there won't be any members only live streams at all. So don't think that I'm basically forcing you guys to join the membership, because that's not the case at all. We won't be doing a too long of a live stream today, probably about an hour, because we've been super busy like the whole of today. So we still haven't actually eaten or anything yet. So we're gonna have to go and do that after we've had the after done live stream. So we'll probably be done at about 9 UK time, so about only an hour. Abinaya says, oh, long story short, my SP texted me to call today and we talked about oh, sweet. I look forward to getting around to hearing like the details. I'll probably check it out, probably not tonight, because like I say, like haven't eaten and all that lot, but I'll probably check it out at some point as soon as I can. Sybil waved, so I'll wave back. We get asked in like near enough every live stream what we've manifested, or at least I do, and then Katie kind of sometimes gets asked as well. So if for any of you that haven't seen the community post or my Instagram post, I am going to be doing like a little manifestation, like journey, goal thing, whatever you want to call it, where I'm going to try to consciously create 2,000 subscribers by the 26th of June, sorry. So with the way that the channel has been growing at so far, that number is out of ordinary for us. That would be a bigger jump than we have been receiving, which means that if I was to hit that, then I know that I've kind of consciously created it instead of just been going off of other assumptions. And then once I hit that on the 26th of June, I will probably put out at least a short, even if it's not like a full video, explaining what I did, how I went about like the days when I lost subscribers and all that kind of stuff. So this will be like a way of showing you that you can manifest on a time crunch, and a way of like giving you guys something else, because like I've mentioned in other videos, I kind of just tried to improve areas of my life, and at the moment everything is actually going like amazing, so that stuff's going well. But I don't actually have any like goals that I've achieved, because I haven't really been focusing on anything new really. There's obviously little manifestations here and there that come in, which we have a couple of, which I put up a short about the other day. Like I kept saying to Katie that I really wanted this dessert place, and they don't deliver to us. We're literally the next town over from where the place is, but they don't deliver to us. And I kept saying to Katie, I'm going to have it. I'm going to have it. And I kept saying, I'm going to have the Kinder Bueno and blah, 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 blah. And then out of nowhere, we were invited to a birthday celebration, which was actually at this place, and I got to have the exact dessert that I kept going on about. So that was kind of cool. Anand Roy says, hey, did I miss the pie? No, you are just in time. We're still waiting for like people to ask questions and stuff. It's mainly just Abinaya telling me that she has had some success with her SP texting her and everything. So that's cool. So we've had like already started it off with a good little mini success story. So party's only just started. And Ray Ray has joined the room. Hey, Ray Ray. Natty J says, hello, I stopped listening to overnight sleep tapes after listening to them every night since like last July, and I've never felt better. Why is this? I was listening to each one for like 3 months. When you say you never felt better, do you mean like in terms of like a sleeping sense? Like, do you feel like you have more energy, or do you mean like from like your manifestation standpoint? What kind of do you mean on that front? Oh, Ray Ray, you're wet.
Yeah, she's really.
She's soaking. Oh, Matt, did you keep up with trying? No, so
we actually did try one though. So we tried it on the first night, and I'd say it kind of worked.
Yeah.
The next day we did a money one, and the next day we both received more money than we were expecting.
Yeah, so basically my paycheck paid me an extra £200 the day after we did the subliminal thing, and I know Katie had some luck with it as well. I don't know if you want me to actually say what you heard, or do you want to say it, or do you want to just...
My work also paid me more, and I made a sale
on her Etsy.
So that was just watching it one time.
Yeah.
So obviously we do want to try it again, but
the reason we didn't stay consistent though is we knew we were going away, and it would have been very difficult because we were already knew that we'd be like staying up late and like around family and stuff. So we just thought that we'd do it for that night, and then it was like, actually this is probably pointless because we're not going to be able to keep up for a week, so we'll probably try again now for the week one. But yeah, we somehow managed to get some successes in terms of subliminals. Also, I think, was it the day after the subliminal? I also got my contract extended at work, which was obviously, if you guys follow my TikTok, and I think I posted it as a short as well. My company said that they didn't have the funding for me, and then all of a sudden they had the funding for me to extend my contract by another 4 months. So may or may not be down to the subliminal, because I don't know. That's why we obviously need to do it again to get more sort of case studies for it. But day after the subliminal, sale, extra money, contract extension. So they might actually be quite useful.
Yeah, we're definitely going to give it more of a go.
Yeah.
Try all the different ones and everything.
Yeah. And thanks, Natty. We love you too. We love all the guys, everyone that shows up and supports us. Abinez says, hey, run. Yeah, she's kind of just sat by the door. She's not really... Ray Ray's my favourite.
You're not allowed to say that.
I am.
Don't tell Seth Rogen.
No, I'm going to. Natty J says, more energy and feel better depression wise. So energy wise, maybe the listening to them wasn't allowing you to go into a deep enough sleep. Maybe you were kind of just hovering in like a light sleep because you could hear them. I don't know much about like the science behind sleep. As for depression wise, I'm not entirely sure why they would make you feel worse. I suppose if you were to take your attention off of them, it would allow you to focus on other things. So by falling asleep to them and then waking up to them, because I'm assuming they were playing all night, it was probably just sitting in your mind that you are doing this for a purpose. And maybe that's why, because you're not letting it like go. You're sort of in a state of, I need to do this to get this. And that could be why. Yeah, no worries. But from like a science standpoint on the more energy, that's the only thing I could guess. I don't know, because obviously that's not my department. But I mean, the fact that you figured out that that you feel better now after not doing them, then I suppose obviously you might mean to just maybe like take a break from them or whatever. I don't know, but at least you sort of found the cause of it. And then Roy says that's really cool. It is. Sybil says that's awesome. I love subliminals. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've mentioned in previous, never really used them, but we gave it a go and it seems to work quite well. So we're going to keep trying and obviously hopefully come back to you guys with more successes. Matt says those one day wonders, that's cool regardless. Congrats. Yeah, like it's always the way, isn't it? Like when something that you think is really difficult and then you do something and it happens so fast, and then when you try to replicate it, you struggle with it. So hopefully it's not going to just be a one day wonder. Hopefully it's going to continue to get results, when obviously we'll give it a go and see what happens. Addy says, hey, so all those circumstances don't matter. Is it possible for a person to manifest their SP if they've been emotionally a wreck and toxic? By if they've been, do you mean like during the relationship and that's why it broke up, or do you mean like after the relationship, or do you mean like currently? So if we're using you as the example, do you mean like you're currently being that, or you were that before and now you're trying to take a new standpoint. Because if you were a wreck and toxic during the relationship, doesn't matter. Circumstances don't matter. If you're a wreck during, after, doesn't matter. If you're being a wreck and toxic now, then yes, it will matter, because that means that you're not coming from it from like a healthy mindset of being in the end. The reason you're probably being toxic and a wreck is because you don't believe that you have your thing and all that kind of stuff, which means if you're coming from it now, then yeah, it's probably going to cause a problem. But if you've been working on yourself and you're no longer that, you just wear it before, Ray, my favorite, then no, that's fine. Circumstances don't matter, and you can just continue to work on yourself and living in the end. And then Roy says, fancy, didn't know you had a pet. Yeah, we got 3. We have a ginger cat called Seth, a popping candy cat called Rogan, and a black cat called Ray, who her unusual spot is behind Katie on the sofa. She always sleeps here. So she's very angry and facing the wall. Or now she's not, but she was facing the wall because we're sat in her spot, and she's a miserable little prick. But she's my favorite.
Also fish.
Oh yeah, we got fish.
Yeah. We did have a rabbit, but she died.
She died on Easter. We were about to do an Easter egg hunt for the kids, and as soon as we went outside, Kate was like, "The rabbit's dead," and I'm like, "What a day to die!" I never liked the rabbit anyway.
Yeah, he didn't. I liked the rabbit.
She had a cool name, Marilyn Bunrow.
Marilyn Bunrow, yeah.
But Applebum says, texted SP to wish him congrats because June is his sober month. I got the date wrong and felt foolish. He thanked me anyways, but convert ended. Shouldn't have messed with 3D. Should I revise or not bother? Do you feel you need to revise? I mean, I think it's always worth revising everything that is undesirable anyway, just because it's undesirable. Why would you want to keep it as something that's happened? But if you don't feel like it's necessary and you just want to just continue going on forward, then don't bother. But that's entirely up to you. I always think it's, I don't revise enough. I'm going to hold my hands up and say that, but I always think it's ideal to, I think the practice of revision is a lot more important than people let it be, or isn't used as much as people should. Abinaya says, but the success I'm having right now is based off of a different circumstance. Okie dokie. Well, I'll obviously get around to your messages at some point, and then I'll know what you're on about. Natty J says, yeah, definitely think I was listening to them to get a result at times. If that is the case, then yeah, that's probably why you were feeling a little bit low, because you were noticing, if you were doing it to get something, you were noticing that you still don't have that thing, which would obviously cause depression or like anxiety or anything. So it makes sense. Matt Schwartz says, hi, howdy, Matt. Abinaya says, so like I detached myself from everything. Think I've told you about this, taking a break, and wasn't consciously manifesting anything at the moment, though my SP is living rent-free in my head effortlessly. That's cool. And I was going about my days alone in my room, doing my stuff and keeping myself full and happy every day. And remember when I told you that my SP's name keeps popping up in Discord? Yeah, I remember you saying that, and I'll wait for your next message. Oh, you've done it here. Well, now I got the call, and yes, later when you have the time, check the messages to see what exactly I'm talking about. Yeah, I'll get around. Like I said, I'll get around to it. And yeah, the light cabin said, I bloody messed up, and my SP has gone away. I want him back. Can I book coaching? Yeah, absolutely. All the stuff is in my what's it called? On my website. I can find a link to it real quick if you need me to. What's my own website name? Here it is. But yeah, absolutely. It's in Chrome, isn't it? By all means, we still got spaces and stuffs for you. So if you need anything, it is all on that link that decided to go orange for some reason. Don't know why I did that. But yeah, it's all there if you need it. But yeah. Just gotta wait now for like people to comment stuff. Oh yeah, so for anyone that wasn't here at the beginning, so hopefully this week we're going to be trialing doing about 4 videos a week. We've started doing this new thing where we actually plan our videos, because I always just literally just threw the camera on and spoke. So I'm going to start planning my videos, which will hopefully make them more informative and more structured, so that it'll actually be easier to get out to you. Katie has gone ahead and made like a whole bunch of thumbnails and stuff. So literally all I got to do is just put like photos in, so they'll be out. And I've actually started planning out videos that I'll be doing like in advance. So hopefully this week we should get 4 videos to you plus a live stream. So 5 essentially videos out for you each week. And if we can, we're going to try and stick to that schedule, because obviously not only does it get more content for you guys, but it gets more watch time for us, and channel builds you guys and enjoy what you're having more, and yada yada yada. So hopefully we will be able to get all of that out to you consistently, and hopefully give you a lot more. Because yeah, Katie, would you shave Matt's head for a billion? Mate, I'd shave my head for a fucking Snickers bar. But I'd let her do that. That sounds like a. If you've got it, straight down the middle. I want to see the PayPal though. And Android says that's cool, and I'm hoping. I'm assuming by that's cool you mean like the 4 videos a week. We'd like to think it is. We'll probably vary the topics up a bit more. I downloaded this app called vidIQ, which a lot of other content creators are actually using, which I'm very late to the game because I've never done YouTube before, so I'm kind of just going off on a limb. Yeah, and vidIQ seems like something that a lot of other creators use, and it actually has this section where it suggests videos that you can make, and it gives you 3 a day. Now, they're not always amazing. Like one of the ones from yesterday I binned off because it looked like an awful idea. But I have 2 other videos from it, and then we'll get some more today that it'll recommend. So using that as like a backup, I should hopefully have enough videos to be able to ideas to be able to bring to you. And then obviously with my sort of experience in the doing all the stuff and yada yada, I'll actually be able to put the content behind it. So it is definitely going to help us out a lot. And the more that we do videos, the more watch time and everything that we get, the more obviously money that we'll get from YouTube, which means that hopefully one day we'll be able to do this on a more permanent basis. So we'll actually might even be able to get to a point where we can get out a video every single day plus a live stream every now and then. That's obviously the end result. But for now, we're just going to try and do a fair few videos a week and then go from there.
I have a question for everyone. So obviously I do the affirmations tapes, and so far we've only done 2. So I was wondering whether there was anything that you were requests, basically any sort of video requests for you are affirmations, or whether anyone would like I am affirmations. I don't know. But yeah, basically if anybody has sort of any idea or anything they want, or even if it's very, very specific, I could even do a short with just a few that are very specific for you, basically. If you have one that's for you, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, just basically give your ideas and we can go from there.
Just let me know. And if it's something really very specific, then it'll be a short. That's what I was trying to say. But if it's a whole big subject, then obviously a long. Yeah. Yes.
Natty J, thank you so much for putting the £5 super chat in. She says, love seeing your channel grow. Thank you. Well, we love having you here. Obviously I mentioned a minute ago about the money, so we could do it more full time, but I started this channel not caring whether or not we would make money from it. Obviously having money allows us to do it more, but the end result is still to help you guys out. It's still to give you guys not only how to go forward, but also hope going forward and everything. And that is still ultimately what we are here for. It's just having the channel be bigger allows us to do it more on a full-time basis. So it kind of goes hand in hand. But yeah, absolutely. We're here for you guys more than anything, which is why Kate is literally just given you the option to give her basically anything that you would want in an affirmations tape sort of thing. And then we'll bring it to you, because we don't care whether it's big, small, stupid, not stupid, whatever. We're here to obviously support you guys.
Even if you wanted specific names in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? It's fun. We enjoy the fun.
Exactly. So thank you very much for that, Natty J. We both really, really appreciate that. I think there's some beef going up between Ebonea. She might get banned again. So, and Android said, what, Ebonea with an H? And Ebonea was like, my name doesn't have an H in it. This is something that annoys me. Don't let Matt know. Well, now I know. And then and Android was like, oh, are you bullying Anand? I'm a fucking ban you again. Katie, tell me, is that a big pole-looking stick behind you for beating Matt if he bullies me? No, this is for sweeping the floor.
I thought you was going to say something bad then.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. There's a pole got my ass. And Android said, yes, I'd love to have affirmation videos. Yeah, well, sorry, when you said that, did you mean as a service or for YouTube?
Just for YouTube.
Just YouTube. Okay, cool. Yeah. Just so I'd confirm what she meant. But yeah, we do plan on having more coming out over time. It's just not only time to find. Not only
if they're super specific though, I mean a short one.
Yeah, I get what you.
Yeah,
I get that.
That's what I was trying to say that whole time, but I just for some reason every time I get on live, my brain goes. I can't talk anymore. to
Well,
sit
I
here.
think Katie does really well, so I think we should have a round of applause for Katie.
I am less nervous now, though.
For sure, you
The
talk a lot
first
more.
time I joined the live, I was like
she's...
shaking the whole time. So.
The light cabin says self-concept on worth, and Matt said self-concept of worth. I've had a drink, leave me alone. What do you mean, light cabin? What's your self-concept of worth? I'm not entirely sure what you mean. Could you specify like what that's sort of meant to be in reference to? Is that what you...
So just like the videos.
Yeah, like, do you mean that, is that like an affirmations tape suggestion, or is that like something else? Like, can you just specify real quick? And Android says, could I get affirmations for getting my SP back when I sometimes feel like she's slowly moving on, leaving me behind? Well, we've just released that SP one, so that should obviously hopefully cover that. Katie mostly took lead on it, so I'm not entirely sure how many affirmations will be about getting them back. But the thing is, when it comes to getting a specific person back, and just in general, it's always best to just be in the end of being with them. The idea of getting them back, obviously, you can like state that you've got them back, but there's not really much need to state that you've got them back when getting a new person and getting an ex is this end result is to just be in a relationship with them. So focusing on the idea of getting them back before they move on, I would still just focus on being in the relationship with them, and then start working on the part of you that's worried that they're moving on and leaving you behind, because that's like a self-concept thing in mix with like obviously you wanting them back. So work on those two parts. But the affirmation state that we just did,
there is lots of affirmations about how they think, about how your SP thinks in that video. So like the fact that you are the first thing that they think of when they wake up, and like you're the only important thing, the only important person to them, and stuff like that. So there's a lot of things that would sort of argue that they're moving on, if that makes sense. But we can do a more
we can definitely do it. I'm
yeah.
just letting you know until that comes out or whatever, then that's available, and that should cover what you need.
Worth listening to for now.
Yes. And Natty J says, yes, I can tell you guys care about us all 100%. We're always going to be here for you guys as much as we can be. Do you want to just take note of that, like in your notes or something?
Yeah, so, I didn't even bring it.
We're just writing down the thing that you mentioned, Anand, because for some reason the
comments will disappear.
Yeah, when it posts and stuff, the comments will disappear, so we can't get them back. So we got to write down. Anand Roy says, oh, well, my name's Anand and her name is Summer. Okay, that's cool. So she's going to go write that. Dear X says, is that in addition to the shorts videos or just 4 overall? Sorry, in the affirmation state, do you mean in the affirmation state that we're just talking about? Or because I think, yeah, if you could just confirm if that's what you mean, I'll get myself confused. Sybil says, for the tapes, I have a couple of suggestions. One, we have a lot to write down. I'll wait till Katie comes down and then I'll just carry on because I feel like she's going to have a lot to take note. I'm just going to dance for you guys while I wait for Katie. We have a lot for you to write down.
Coolio.
Okay, so
I got a brand new notebook, but I accidentally got all with squares in, and I'm really disappointed.
So
we have
so we've got Anand wants the sort of like
self-concept on worth.
Of worth, yeah. We still need to confirm whether that's to do with the thing, but we'll see. But
yes, I saw.
Oh, okay, cool. So self-concept of worth. Our other self-concept stuff for the moment should cover like quite a bit of worth stuff. So Anand wants one about obviously like bringing them back and like dealing with the fear of them moving on and leaving them behind. And then I feel like specific name ones we probably shouldn't really post, just because obviously then they'll only be specific to one person. So we can obviously find out and send that to someone via like email or something. But if it's like suggestions, if it was like the idea of moving on and leaving behind, but it was general, then we could do that. But with him stating his name and then her name, that one, like we'll do like a few and send to him, if that makes sense. So Sybil says, for the tapes, a couple of suggestions. A general everything is working out in your favor. Manifestation is easy for you. You can manifest in short periods of time, stuff like that. So that's, yeah, quite good. So sort of like...
So everything is working out
in your favor. Yeah, apologies that this is the way that we have to go at, but unless I'm absolutely stupid, there's no way for us to keep hold of these messages, so we have to write them down, which is a bit of a pain. But
and I am the slowest writer.
Oh, actually, you can just go onto the... Oh, no, it doesn't work like that, does it? Because you've joined late, so it wouldn't... Yeah. I'm just going to continue on. Abonea says, Natty J, imagine Matt caring about me. Yeah, imagine. And then waved for Katie. Abonea...
It's claps.
Oh, is that what that is? Oh, I just thought it was a hand moving really fast. Ah, maybe I'm stupid.
That's when you gave me a round of applause.
Oh, wow, we're really far behind in the comments.
Sorry.
It's all right.
This is my fault.
It's not your fault. I mean, it's for...
I should have said, like, put them, I don't know, somewhere else. But it's fine. Right, everything is working out for you.
Short period of time. So everyone clapped for Katie. Katie appreciation moment. Go, Katie. That's nice. Like the feeling of worthy of an SP. Okay, so worthiness of an SP. For an affirmations tape. And Natty J said, Abonea, haha. Abonea said, I joined Matt's live streams only to see Katie in it. I wonder who this Matt person is. Yeah, well, to be fair, you're building up the watch time, so that's absolutely fine. You do you, boo. Applebum said, should you always do visualization before you fall asleep, or is it like daydreaming meditation during the day as effective? I
think that it is in the daytime as effective. I find that when I'm falling asleep, that my I find it more difficult to choose what my brain is thinking and visualizing, because obviously, like, just as you're drifting off, it's quite difficult to picture things, and that's how you end up having like bad dreams, or like yeah. I find it easier to daydream in the daytime type thing.
I think effectiveness of visualization, like how well you can visualize, is obviously everyone has like a different experience with that kind of thing, but yeah, daydreaming and like consciously visualizing like during the day is effective for sure. I always recommend, I don't do it just because I don't actually enjoy visualization all that much, but I do recommend people to visualize as they're falling asleep, or to at least do something, because you are in that period of time where you aren't doing anything until you fall asleep. You might as well make use of it, even if it's just looping affirmations in your head, visualizing, the lullaby to me, whatever. Like, it's always worth doing something, but you definitely can do it during the day. I know when I was like working on manifesting certain things, that I always just visualize during the day and very rarely at night, and just because I preferred doing it during the day, and I still got results. So absolutely, again, it's always what resonates with you. Natty J says, I work with my SP and he's been talking to me a lot more at work, but sometimes it's also hard to see him because we used to be very close, getting closer though lately. Well, that's good, as long as you're like, I mean, I'm assuming obviously you want to be with them, considering you said that my SP. So if you just continue living in the end, whatever happens in the middle will happen to get you there. And if you're getting closer, then that's a sure sign that things are getting better, at least. So you can take joy in knowing that. And then, yeah, just continue working on the end and it will come in when it comes in. Abonea says, Matt is John Cena. I'm assuming that's because you can't see me, and you're not going to be able to see me when I put you in a timeout for 5 minutes again. And then Roy says, chat's quite delayed. I don't know if the chat's delayed or whether I'm delayed, like in terms of catching up, but live streams are always...
I think it's a bit of both.
Yeah, live streams are always a little bit delayed, so apologies for that. Natty J laughed at Abonea again. And then Roy said, you got some moves, Matt. I do, because I was dancing when you went upstairs.
Oh, nice.
I got all of them. That's how I pulled this.
This one.
Just this. Just this. Abonea says, Matt, blank live stream now. You're going to get something. Natty J, I second those worth affirmations. Well, we got them written down, so it gives us another video idea. So that's obviously always handy. Natty J says, if you do specific names, I'm going to manifest some random name, some random John. Yeah, so if it's the specific name stuff, we'll probably just do like a short one and then send it to the individual.
Maybe that, yeah, maybe that wouldn't particularly work all that well, but because I like to keep them very gender neutral because it's easier because then they work for everyone. But maybe we could have specific gender ones if that would be more helpful. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like the names one, it might be a bit difficult, but we can just send them to you. But like, for example, if you are a male and you want a male, then I can do one that says he.
And then I can voice it.
But yeah, like whatever, really. Just let me know, I guess.
Yeah.
Gender, good idea, Katie. Okay, cool. So
yeah.
I could sort of do. I think it would mean like repeating quite a few videos, but then I suppose you can just find the one that is.
Not only that, but
you.
if the people have asked for it, then obviously it's not gonna be. If we just start throwing the same thing at you, then obviously you'd probably be
but
like,
yeah,
so
like the SP one, for example, I can do the same kind of video that's already up, but she thinks about you every day, or he thinks about you every day. Because the other one is already they. So
yeah. Abonea says, Natty J manifest John Cena being invisible. I am here. You can see me. Sybil is laughing along with I'm being laughed at today. Do you know why? Because you haven't mentioned star signs.
Because you bully everyone about their star signs. So like, fuck you, Matt.
Abonea said, Matt wearing glasses yet couldn't see. Unfortunate. Do you want to go to timeout? You're going in a timeout. One more thing from you. Iselin says, could you send name one to me too? How much does it cost? To be fair, if people do want specific name ones, we could do it and then add it as a service. That would be something Katie and I have to speak about, but obviously we literally just mentioned that we can be more specific and we can do your topic stuff. But if you guys do want specific name ones, then Katie and I might actually take that away and discuss what the options for that are. Because yeah, I mean, if people like the idea of it, then no harm in giving it as an option.
But yeah, posting them would be, I don't think, a good
idea.
idea.
Posting like, and your specific person, Summer, wants you, is like, and then everyone else is like, what? Like listening to
it. Just throw random ones out there in the middle of like the long tapes.
Abonea says, Katie, help me. Wow. Abonea also says, get that broom or whatever out and defend me. I love the way that our streams are meant to be for law of assumption, and it is just Abonea just being a child. Natty J says, yes, gender, good idea, Katie. Did you write that down? Just for the sake of putting it down.
I think I did.
And Anne says, yeah, it makes sense. Just do whatever feels comfortable. Yeah, we'll go away, discuss that, and then I'll probably put a community post up about it.
Maybe a few polls and stuff to work out like what, because I feel like things like money ones and stuff like that, they don't really need to be gender specific.
Your female boss pays you more. But and then so and Natty J said I would pay for a specific name one though too. So it seems like actually the specific names seem quite like a popular thing. So yeah, we'll probably consider that then.
Yeah.
And then
I wonder if there's a way to do it as just an audio.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean.
We'll have to work that out, see whether we can get it as like a local file on Spotify or something like that.
Yeah, we'll figure out.
I don't know, or just a video saved to your phone.
We're just putting that sort of thumbnail. I mean, yeah, we'll figure that out. We'll discuss that. Yeah, we'll discuss all that out like outside of the stream. And Abonea says reporting this mid channel for bullying me. BRB. Bye. No one's going to miss you. And then Roy says, yeah, I'm not really interested in sharing her attention with thousands of others. Yeah, that makes sense. Dave Moody says, apologies, we'll send you an update this week. Had a rough week, but managed to small manifest a few things that are going good, though, in general, just a blip. Yeah, we all have them. Just keep at it. And obviously, if you ever need any, like, if you ever need to just give me a chat or whatever, just email me, Dave, by all means. If it's not too expensive, the name one would be great, but do you think it will project to the person? I don't think it'll be too expensive. And none of our services are expensive at all. Before I started even doing coaching, and even now, I know about the prices a little bit from when I first did it, but that was because we were getting so many people that I couldn't keep up. But when I looked at some of the other coaches, and even now, I'm like, Jesus Christ! Like, there's some of the prices. It's no wonder half of these coaches are financially free when they only need one client to pay their like a year's rent. It's like, so it definitely won't be a lot by any means at all. But that's just something we'll have to go over, Katie and I, outside of this. But do you think it project to the person? By all means, anything that you do, any affirmations, any night tapes, anything that you're doing, if you're listening to it and it's making you think of them and it's making you basically say, because that's what happens with night tapes and affirmation tapes in general. You hear it and you immediately like repeat it in your head, whether you mean to or not. As soon as you hear something, you are repeating what someone says to you in your head, which is why music helps manifest both good and bad in so many ways. So if we were to make one for you, Iselin, for example, and it had your specific person's name in it, anytime that you listen to it, you would automatically, accidentally or on purpose, depending on how much attention you're paying to it, think of your SP's name and you in the form of an affirmation mentally, regardless of whether you're trying to or not. It's the case with listening to anything at all. So it will be just the same as an affirmation to an extent. Sybil says, if you guys could also send some of your positive thoughts to my grandfather too. He got some serious things going on and I've been trying to stay positive and affirm for him. Sybil's grandfather is perfectly healthy. Everything's going great for him and everything will always be great for him. That everyone, I want you to put that in the chat in some variation. You don't have to say exactly what I said, but I want you all to put some support to Sybil's grandfather. Natty J put green heart to Sybil's. That's nice. Abonea says, your grandpa... Oh, everyone was already doing it before I said it. Abonea said, your grandpa got this. Sybil, he'll fight through this and better than ever before. It's done. Everyone put nicer things than I said. And then Android said, Sybil, I really hope he gets well soon. And then Sybil said, thank you guys. Really appreciate it. And then put 3 red hearts. Yeah, I really, really hope that your grandfather has everything that he wants coming his way. That would be nice. And then in the next live stream, you'll have to let us know that everything's going well for him. And Natty J said, Sybil's grandpa has always been so healthy and it's better than ever. Absolutely. And I'm glad we have such a nice community that is so willing to just say stuff for other people's grandparents without a second thought. Because I know I haven't been in many streams lately at all, but I know in other streams, if someone else is to say something like this, other people just completely ignore it and just go straight onto, well, I need help with this. I need help with that. So it's really nice to see that we have such a nice community that is less focused on their own questions and stuff and is willing to take some time to say something nice about someone else. So I really appreciate all of you for doing that. And I'm sure Sybil does too. Well, I mean, she said it. And now we play the waiting game. What else is going on with the channel that we can talk about? If you're not already, go and follow my TikTok. I post like, not everything that I post on there goes to the YouTube short sections, but some of it does. But if you're not already part of my TikTok, then there's a few other videos there. And is that even a link or is that just going to be, well, there you go. I thought it was going to post as a link. But yeah, so go follow my TikTok and everything. And then, Sybil said something else. Oh no, Natty J said something else. Sorry. Sybil's grandpa has always been so healthy and is better than ever. And then that's so true. Some people are selfish. Yeah, I mean, it's a shame, but I suppose in this kind of field, a lot of people are, because they understand that they are accountable and because they understand that they can change it. They're a lot more panicked about needing to change it. Like if someone that wasn't in the law of assumption community was like looking for money, they probably wouldn't be panicking as much about it as the people in the law of assumption community, because the law of assumption community know that they need to consciously think about it. So to an extent, it makes sense, but I'm just glad that my community, my law of assumptions backdoor community, and Katie's law of assumptions backdoor community isn't like that, and you're all willing to just take some time for other people. It makes me proud to be like, have this channel.
You are like a lovely bunch, aren't you?
Yeah, even though like Abonea can be annoying. Nah, even though like me and Abonea have fake beef, she's still cool, and so does everyone else has showed up with the super chats and everything. And it's like there's not a single person in this channel that I wish wasn't part of this channel. And Android said, oh no, sorry, Dev says, not trying to repeat the old story. It's been 10 weeks. I've been affirming for my SP, but when I affirm, I get headaches. Does that mean something? From a manifestation point of view, I have no idea if that means something. I'm pretty sure I've seen something before from a law of attraction YouTuber that headaches is a sign that it's on its way to go, that it's on its way. If it's from law of attraction, I probably wouldn't give it too much mind. If you're getting headaches, maybe just take a break for a bit. Maybe just take your focus away. That's not to say that you're going to lose progress, but it might just be the break that you need to sort of get back on track with like a new and fresh perspective and everything.
Or possibly try a different technique.
Yeah.
Maybe try scripting or something.
Yeah. Because it might just be a case of just the constant thinking might just be hurting your brain. And Android says, yeah, it sounds like a really good idea, but I'm still not really independent. Your videos would still work for me, I guess, but once I'm able to, I'm gonna get all your subscriptions as my gratitude. Yeah, it sounds like a really good idea. Oh, this about the services, I'm pretty sure would still work for me, I guess, but once I'm able to, I'm gonna get all your subscriptions in as my gratitude. Oh, you don't. It's fine. Only get what you can. Like, only get what you actually need. Like, the service isn't there to basically ask for money from people. It's actually just there to sort of cover the time usage because obviously full-time work and stuff. So it's to cover that spare time and everything. And then hopefully one day this can be a full-time thing, and then I can do this obviously full-time and then give you guys even more. And same with Katie. But only like pay for or offer like in the super chats or whatever you guys actually want to. And the service,
and if you need it, if our videos are just enough, then I'll stick to our videos. If one video helps you and then you're done, there you go.
And I'm pretty sure I said that in one of my most recent videos, actually, towards the end, that like by all means you only need to learn the basics or like how like the process, and then that's it. You never need to come back to me ever again if you don't want to. And I mean, obviously it would be nice to still have our regular supporters and stuff, but if you've got what you need and you don't need us anymore, then by all means, we're more than happy with that, because that means that we've done our job right. So only offer.
But check in and tell us that you're doing good.
Yeah, come back with success stories.
Don't disappear forever. Just yeah.
But yeah, by all means, only do what you actually want to and what you need to. Paul Stone says, do we manifest absolutely everything in our reality? Can we manifest for others, like health, sobriety for a loved one, for example? First off, yes, we do. Everything in our reality, we may not consciously think about it. Like, for example, if I was to go get hit by a car, I may not consciously think of the end of me getting hit by a car, but I might have an assumption going on that like, oh, the people in this area drive recklessly or something, or oh, maybe one day like I got to be careful crossing the road, like stuff like that, and that will not will manifest, but can manifest. So everything that's going on in your life is a manifestation of some point. It may not be directly you thinking this will happen, but it might be a self-concept thing, it might be an assumption thing, but we are creating everything in our realities, which it's quite ironic because we always sit here and like Kate and I always sit here and complain about like how messy the living room is because of the kids sometimes, and we're the ones doing it. We consciously create that as we can literally just have that change. But it's
like every single time I finish tidying it up, I walk out and I'm like, 2 minutes, those kids are gonna wreck the whole thing. I walk back in, it's done.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like we have a lot more control. Sometimes it's just kind of be asked to change it. Oh god, people are like spamming. But yeah, and what was the other thing? And can we manifest for others? Yeah, so the way that you manifest for others is literally just seeing them as the version that you want them to be or that you desire them to be. So if it's sobriety, stop seeing them as the person that you need to work on becoming sober. Start seeing them as a healthy, sober, like doing well for themselves kind of individual. Start seeing them as this. Start like affirming or visualizing whatever techniques that you like for them, and it will happen. And just keep living in the end of it, and like stop. If it is a drinking problem, stop then going, oh, well, so and so is like drinking again, and like because that is also an affirmation in itself. So you can absolutely manifest for others. You could definitely help other people out. Katie has affirmations for me. I have affirmations for Katie. It's just about keeping them in your mind in the way that you want them to be, basically. Or yeah, and it works. Iselin says, how can you get rid of fear and thinking worst case scenario and afraid that people cheat? I have tried to do self-concept for this, but it is from abandonment issues. And if people are lying, can you change that? So I actually have a lot of experience in this because I have severe abandonment issues, and I have also been in that exact position where I'm worried that people are cheating and like always thinking the worst case scenario and blah, 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 blah. And
we both are.
Yes.
We're both very good at that.
Yeah. And like, I've got a lot better at it lately. I still have, I'm going to hold my hands up and still say that I still get moments where I'm worried that Katie's going to leave, or where I think like, oh, the way that this happened was a bit like concerning or something. And then I start to like wonder and stuff. So it's like, it's not, you never just remove it. Not a single person on this platform that talks about manifestation can honestly hold their hands up and say, I never have fears. It's not about removing them. It's about like navigating them. It's about understanding that you not giving power to them as a conscious creator, because we understand that we create our realities. By you not giving power to them, you are going to deny them the possibility to manifest, because the only things that do manifest are thoughts and assumptions that we assign and give meaning behind. It's like if I was to sit here and be like, oh, imagine getting hit by lightning, but literally I don't actually give it any meaning. I don't think about it as if it's happened to me or anything. That's why I haven't been hit by lightning, because most people don't ever actually sit there and assign something. But a lot of people do get too caught up in assigning the possibility to them that their person is cheating or has cheated. And that's why it happens a lot more than people get hit by lightning. The likelihood of you getting hit by lightning and the likelihood of you being cheated on are the exact same. It all depends on where you put your attention towards, if that makes sense. So it's not about removing them or getting rid of it. It's about learning to navigate it in a sense of, okay, that's come up, but that's not going to happen to me and that's where your self-concept work comes in, where you go, because I am this amazing person. Of course, they're going to want to be with me. Of course, they're going to want to look at me. I'm like this, I'm that, and blah, blah, blah. And in all honesty, I've only been going to the gym for about 2 months, but I can honestly say that my self-concept and my fear of Katie leaving me has severely reduced since going to the gym. And the reason being is I'm actually starting to put a lot more focus on myself and obviously disciplining myself and working on my body and stuff. And then I start to see myself as someone that is more desirable because I'm doing something for myself that I think would make me more desirable. And that has stopped my fear of Katie leaving as much. Now, it still might come up every now and then because we are still human. And obviously, I love Katie. So the last thing I want is for Katie to be gone. But because I understand that I am better than I once thought that I was as an individual, my fear of Katie leaving has lessened because I know that I am worth Katie's time, if that makes sense. So it's not about getting rid of, it's about navigating it. And it's about becoming the person, whether it's actually physically or just seeing yourself mentally, becoming the person that your person will never leave. Or not that you'll never leave, but even if they did leave or cheat or whatever, that you would be able to get over it, that you would be okay. Because that is when that you have put yourself first. Because obviously it would suck if Katie left, but I know because I've got this channel and my job and all that lot, I would still be able to navigate life. And that gives me the sense of I am worthy of Katie's time just as much as she is worthy of mine. That makes it that I no longer fear that she's left or is going to leave. If that makes sense.
And also, if you work so much on yourself that you know that you will survive, you then realize that the fear is going, the fear is on its way out, because you know for a fact that you will survive. So you can't be scared of something that's not going to ruin everything. Obviously it would feel shit and feel awful, but you work on yourself to the point where you sort of have this assumption that, if they do this, then they're the shit one, not me. And that takes away the fear.
And it takes them off the pedestal, because then you no longer need them to fulfill you, because you fulfilled yourself, and the fact that you're bringing them in is just a bonus to your life. So that takes them off the pedestal, which then makes it easier to bring them in and to keep them in, because you are no longer saying you are worth more than me. I don't deserve you.
And you're worthy. Your worth doesn't then depend on them.
Exactly. Went on a bit of a tangent then. So Dev says, is it okay to call my SP even though I do affirm she always calls me? Am I forcing the 3D? It depends on the situation you're in. I personally always think it's best to just let them come to you. But if you're already talking to them and you're kind of in that position where you're discussing, then I think you should navigate it the way that you would normally. So if you are talking to them already via text or whatever, then maybe it's fine to call them, dependent on you. But if you are in a position where you're in no contact and stuff, I would wait for them to contact you personally. But
we missed a tiny bit off of that question.
Oh,
if
sorry.
People are lying. Can we change it? Can you change that?
Oh yeah. Sorry, Eslin, I didn't realize you put that there as well. Yeah. So if someone is lying to you or has lied to you, then the way that you work on it is you see them as the person that doesn't lie to you. You see them as the person that is honest. You see them as someone who tells you the truth. They have healthy communication and so on and so forth. You stop focusing on the fact that they have lied and that they are lying, and just go straight to the end of them being open and honest with you. It's a sucky, that kind of situation is obviously a sucky thing to navigate, but focusing on the lying and stuff is only going to create more of it. You want to just go immediately to them being honest, and you will find that they will gradually start to be more open and honest with you. Sybil says, Islin, that used to be me too. And what I would do when I got the thought like that is say something like that must have been a dream I had, or that couldn't be real. Yeah, I mean, that's basically just rejecting the 3D, which if that helps you, then go for it. I always like to accept the 3D just because I find it gives me less resistance, but different people have different experiences and sort of things that work for them. Abonea says, everything we desire already manifested. Abonea also said, it's done, it's here. You were very quiet for very long, Abonea. I actually thought I'd accidentally put you on a timeout. And then Roy says, nah, Matt, I'm staying. I'm staying with your channel forever. It really helped me feel motivated and positive when I was in my lowest. But yeah, I'll come back with my success story. Well, if you guys want to support us forever, that's absolutely great. But make sure that you do come back with your success stories, because we appreciate them. Yeah, we want to post them. Yeah.
If you're happy for them to go out to the world.
Sybil also said, Islin, start telling yourself that no one could ever abandon you because you are the best and people love being around you too much. Yeah, exactly. It's just like, it's working on your self-concept. You got to see yourself as someone that they want to be with. And then Islin said, yeah, I will try that. Thank you. It's been 9 months, no contact, and I have done everything, but nothing. Are afraid he has moved on. Well, obviously, I've mentioned this before in other videos, and I'll mention it again. Try to stop reaffirming that, like, it's always good to ask for help when you need it. Everyone needs a mentor, even people like, what's the word I'm thinking of? Like, even like sport people have coaches, like even rich people have financial advisors. It's always good to have people that are there to help you and keep you on track and stuff, but just try not to keep repeating it too much, because then obviously you are just basically reaffirming it, because you're affirming it and you are assigning it as your reality because you are currently living it. Then obviously you're just keeping it in. Abonea says, no, even though I bully you, Matt, Katie and you are forever. Thank you very much. She also said, I get where you're coming from because this happened to me also because of my abandonment issues, and look where we are. But don't worry, Matt and Katie forever. Thanks. Sybil said, oh, keeps jumping. Sybil says, Islin, it's been about the same amount of time with my SP. Try guided SP meditations. It puts you in the mindset of being with your SP. Yeah, I always found those quite good. It helps me a lot. And then Islin says, thank you, Matt, and thank you, Sybil. You're very welcome. Hopefully we've given you some actual advice that you can use and make use of. Avane says, speaking of which, I have math finals on the 7th and I need to ace this. Give me motivation, some affirmations. I've aced my math finals. I passed the flying colors. Maths is easy for me. My math test was easy. I got the math test result that I wanted. Just all those kind of things. Just whatever you would say if you had passed it and you were telling like your friend, or even if you were coming back to this live stream and saying, Matt, I've done this with my finals, what would you say? And that is your affirmation. Sybil says, you're going to ace your finals, Abonea. You are so intelligent and you're going to get a 10 out of 10 on all of them. We're going to have to do a UR affirmations for test results. And Anne says, that's cool. I've got maths exams 2 on the 7th. Hey, you guys can study together. Matt says, then you and Abonea are both going to ace them exams. You're both smart enough. Exactly. See, look at the love in the chat. I love this place. Sybil says, Abonea is getting the highest grade possible on their exam. And then Abonea says, thank you. I really needed this so bad, considering the fact that I'm dealing with Calc 2, vector algebra, and probability. I don't know what 4 of those words are. Yeah, you'll smash it. You'll have a good old time. Sybil says, and Android is getting the highest grades possible on their math exam. And then Android said, and Islin, don't lose hope. I've personally seen people getting back after even 3 years. Just don't give up. Trust it. I believe in you. Just want to point out, so I've had this comment a couple of times where people have said, oh, well, like it doesn't work because people haven't manifested after 10 years or so. That doesn't mean it doesn't work. Most people might have moved on by then, or might not have told their stories. There are definitely people out there who have got back together after 10 years. I don't know any personally, but there will definitely be people that have done it. But 9 times out of 10, someone does meet someone else within a couple of years. Like, not guaranteed, but if a couple of years go by, there is the possibility that you do meet someone else. So length of time does not matter. Just because it's been 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, that does not matter at all. It's just most people, other people, might have moved on by then. And that's okay if you don't want to. If you are still trying to consciously bring them in and you believe that they are the one for you or whatever, then that's fine. You don't have to give up just because other people have said that it's not possible because no one else has done it. There are definitely people out there that have manifested someone back after 10 years, and you can definitely do it too. Time does matter. Just wanted to point out there because that like comment there reminded me of that. Where are we? And then Royce, oh, that was the one. And then Abinay said, wait, Ananda, are you in 12th? And then, oh, okay, so they're just having an exam thing. Dev says, I called my SP today, even though I tried to stop myself, or she did not pick up. How do I revise it? I am overthinking right now because I don't want to delay my manifestation again. I would probably, in this situation, I'd probably either revise it and act as if they did pick up and then just have like a mini conversation, even if it's only short, like in your revision, or just revise that you didn't pick up at all. As for try to stop myself, that kind of thing is all just discipline. If you need to, go distract yourself with something, go do a sport, go to the gym, go see some friends.
Phone someone else.
Yeah, phone someone else. Like
literally anyone else on your phone list. Like just right above their name, whoever's above that, phone that person. Just like, oh, hey, sorry, I didn't mean to phone you. Sorry, bye.
Yeah, or just...
And then you've done the phone bit and off you go and do something else.
Or just create an imaginary scene where you have phoned them. So just visualize yourself phoning them. I know like it may not be as good because it's not in the 3D, but it's a hell of a lot more effective than ringing them and forcing the 3D. But yeah, first off, discipline yourself so that you don't do it. And I would either revise it so that you didn't do it like in the revision, or that she picked up and it was all well and good and you guys had a great old time. And then Roy said, yeah, to Abanea's 12th question. Iselin said, yes, I know it's not good to repeat the time, but I just feel the more time goes on, we forget how each other is and have to start over. That's fine, though. I mean...
that might be a good thing, though.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Sometimes...
that would probably be a good thing, because if there was some kind of, like, breakup or some kind of breakdown of whatever your relationship was beforehand, that might have some negative things attached to it that
you might need time to heal over.
Yeah. Or, you know, if you are starting over, you're starting fresh, you're starting new, anything that was bad is gone.
Exactly. So if you're going to focus on time, focus on it as a good thing. Focus on it as time to improve yourself, as time for them to improve, as time for the people to mature. They might even have a better job so they have more money so that now you can go on more expensive dates or whatever. I don't care. But instead of seeing the time as a bad thing, start to try and see the time as a good thing.
I think on one of our last lives, we spoke about how like the time that it takes might just be the time that they need to become the person you need.
Exactly. For all of your affirmations about how amazing they are to you and all that stuff to actually really sink in. And then they come back to you and they treat you like you're a queen or a king in whichever situation, because this obviously doesn't just apply to Iselin, this can apply to everyone. It might take some time for them to shift. But what's going to happen is because you've allowed that time, they come back and treat you like the king or queen that you are. And there you go. Now you have this amazing, healthy, loving relationship. And then the 9 months that you waited were worth it because now you can have this relationship that you can keep forever, exactly how you want it to be and deserve it to be. I'm going to read the last of these messages and then we're going to head off because we got to still eat.
I forgot to put the rice on.
Because we were only on for about an hour today. But yeah, so I'll try and get through these as best I can. So unless you have something burning to say, if we can try and keep the comments like not coming in just so I can actually get to the end of them, because like I said, once we end this thing, unless I'm being stupid, there's no way to see what I've missed.
I get really sad at the end of the live, so I want to stay.
Yeah, usually we like to do an hour and a half, but haven't eaten or anything and I'm starving.
We'll wait until the rice is cooked.
Yeah. Oh, okay, that's fine. Abanea said, wait, how long is that going to take roughly?
Maybe 5-10 minutes.
Oh, okay, then yeah, let's try and cut down on the comments then. I thought it was going to be like ages.
Maybe 10 minutes probably.
Okay. Matt said, Iselin, affirm you're unforgettable in all the right ways. You're memorable, irreplaceable, and all those wonderful things. Exactly. Those are some nice affirmations. Thanks for putting those in there, Matt. Abonea said, also, for those of you that haven't noticed, little plug, you see how Matt has a cool little symbol next to his name? That's because he's part of the membership. If you're interested, join the membership. Abonea said, and thank you, Matt. And my mum called me for a bit, so I had to stay silent for a couple minutes. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you're still alive. Sybil put some arrows upward. Iselin said, but what do you guys think about people saying that time doesn't matter? It really does. I just do not want to wait years, and I wanted to reach out. I don't ever think it's worth reaching out, personally. I think you should let them come to you. And if you think that you're wasting your time, that you don't want to wait years and you're wasting your time, then maybe start working on elsewhere. It's not to say give up on your specific person, but maybe start looking into the idea of moving on. Not because I don't think you can get your person, but if you're in a mindset of you don't want to wait years and you're wondering if you're going to reach out, then you're not in the right mindset to bring them in, unfortunately. And I'm not trying to put you down and I'm not trying to make things worse, but that mindset needs to shift. And if you're struggling to shift that mindset, then maybe it might be time to sort of look elsewhere, just at least for the time being, just take a break from it. So at least you're not wasting your years in the wrong mindset. And then by taking your attention off of them, that might bring them in. It's just a suggestion. You don't have to take it. This isn't me saying this is your next step. It's just a possibility because I see you in every live stream or most live streams and on my comments and stuff. And unfortunately, you do seem to be having a rough time with it. And I've tried to help you in like emails and stuff. And yeah, we're still in this position. And it's just a suggestion. Just do what you think's best for you. Dear X says, let me just read the rest of Islin's thing and I'll go on to you, Dear X. Islin also said, one last time, if I'm getting ignored, I just have to move on. You just can't depend with one person if they do not want to be with you. Matt, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I'm under the advocate that you create your soulmate, which means if you are to find another person, you can make them your perfect person. Katie and I had a lot of issues when we first started off because I had a fucking poor self-concept and I was a bit of a cunt, just blatantly. And at the beginning, I didn't think we were compatible. I thought we had caught feelings and we weren't compatible, and it was a big old shame. And now I think we are the most compatible people I know. So you create your relationships. So the next person that you find, if you like them, you can create them to be your one. You don't have to stick with this person just because they feel like they're your one. It is entirely up to you. You do what you think is best for you. Anyway, Dear X says, can you give affirmations to help remove resistance? So resistance is usually based on some sort of belief or assumption that you can't have this thing. It is your conscious mind fighting you for whatever reason. So usually the easiest way to remove resistance is to accept that something is the way that it is. But in terms of like affirmations, like I get everything I want easily and effortlessly. My manifestations come to me perfectly. In the easiest of ways.
I can have whatever I like.
I can have whatever I like. There's nothing to stop me from getting what I desire. Anything like that. Obviously, I don't know what
there is nothing in the way of my goals.
Exactly. Obviously, I don't know what your specific thing is because you've only just stated to remove resistance, but anything just general like that basically says that you aren't going to be stopped getting what you want will be an affirmation to remove resistance. But again, I think resistance is best removed by accepting that things are the way they are, but that isn't what you choose to be the case. Dev says, how to manifest instantly because I don't want my manifestation to take years. Taking your attention away from time is the way to make it manifest quicker. I know that sounds like a bit of like a wormhole, but it is true. The more that you focus on time, the more that you focus on trying to make it instant, the longer it's going to take, purely because you're focusing on the fact that it isn't here yet. And you're focusing on, okay, a day's gone by and I still haven't had this. A week's gone by and I still haven't had this. Stop looking at time, do your stuff and then go about your day. And that will bring it in quicker. I can promise you that. It's the reason that I managed to manifest Katie back quite effectively, because I did not look at time. I literally did my techniques and then went off and played games with my mate, listened to YouTube, blah, blah, blah. Didn't focus on time, didn't look for it, didn't reach out at all. I was like, you're either going to come to me or we're never going to talk again. And that was basically my standpoint on it. And, you know, she's here now. Elia says, you guys are so cute. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. And then Roy says, Jeff, I hear that fear I hear fear. Dev, I fear that doesn't how things work. That isn't how things work. Oh,
I feel that doesn't how things.
that isn't how things work in
Who's
terms of
Dev?
manifest instantly.
Oh.
Yeah. I kind of went over that. So Sybil says, I keep going back and forth on if I'm ready for my SP now or not. I still affirm it for them, but for some reason I keep backing away because I feel like I have to be in the exact right place first. You create the right place.
Yeah, so affirm you're already in the right place.
Yeah, you can just embody the state of being in the right place. Simple as. I mean, this is a really weird example, but I dropped something on my foot earlier and it hurt like a bitch. But I literally was just like, cool, that don't hurt anymore. And I just stopped letting it hurt. I know it sounds like a bit of a crazy. Oh, did I? Let's give you a question. Sorry. Olaride said I skipped her question or their question. So I have to go find it. When did you put it? Because we've just scrolled up and your name's highlighted in green because you remember, and there hasn't been a question from you. Apologies if I have missed it, but do you mind just putting it again?
Not in the chat.
No, it's definitely not in the chat. We've just scrolled back up. But anyway, yeah, just going back to what I said a second ago. I dropped something on my foot and it hurt like a bitch. And then I literally was just like, didn't hurt. And then I just embodied the state of it not hurting. And I can assure you, actually it did just stop hurting. And that is actually just a case of just embodying the state of it. And I can't remember what that's to do with, but that was in relation.
I do it all the time with noises. Like if I ever hear something really creepy or if I hear my car making a funny noise, I'm like, no, it's not.
This is just not.
That's not.
It's not how I live.
It stops. It genuinely stops.
Yeah, it stops because you just don't. You're taking your focus off it.
It's just not there.
But yeah, so you can just become ready, or you can affirm that you're ready if you can't embody the state of it very well. That's up to you. Elias says, "Are you guys from London?" No, I'm from Reading. And Katie, where are you from?
Oxford.
I thought it was Oxford. So we're close to London, but not like London. And then Roy says, no matter how long it takes, I'm completely motivated and positive because I know it's perfect and we've been together for so long. I'll just keep focusing on myself and focus to be my best version. Exactly. Time doesn't matter. And it will come in when it comes in. And if you're working on yourself, the more that you work on yourself, the less that you'll care that does not come in. And then the less that you care means that there isn't anything to stop you from getting it because you don't care, if that makes sense. You're not like searching for it. You're not begging for it and all that. And that's usually when it comes in a lot easier. This is why there are a lot of the times they say, how come when you no longer want them, they all of a sudden want you in relation to exes? Because people don't care anymore. And then that like has brought them in because of all the times when they've been thinking about them and stuff. Abinaya says, what are you guys planning for dinner, supper tonight? Take out or make something at home? So we're going to have a beef curry today because
it's been in the slow cooker all day.
Yeah, so it's going to be yum.
Yeah, we cannot see your question. I don't know. Have you posted it like somewhere else? Is it definitely in the chat? We've scrolled up through the whole chat and we can't see the repost.
Yeah, there's no repost either. The only things that we have from you, Olaride, is literally you saying you skipped my question and then I just reposted it again. There's literally nothing else from you at all. Because your name highlights in green, so we'd be able to see, like, we can pick you guys out. Any members we can pick out like really easily because you obviously, like I say, you're highlighted in green and there is nothing at all from you. Yeah, nothing at all. So apologies for that. If you could literally, I've reposted. Could you not just rewrite it? Because your new things where you're saying I reposted it is coming through. Oh, is it? I have a flat. Okay, so I've seen that question, so I'll get to that. Actually, I'll ask you now since you said that you reposted it. But you said, I have a flatmate that no longer says hi. Talk to me. How do I live in the end of them saying hi, act when I see them? Envision them doing it. So you can either affirm it, script it, visualize it, whatever. But you basically just see them like actually saying hi to you in your imagination. You embody the state of them already saying, like, so when you, like, let's say you walk past them and they haven't said hi to you, instead of going, oh, they're not saying hi again, how about just say to yourself, oh, they said hi. That's cool. Like, we had a great conversation. You just tell yourself stuff like this. Your subconscious mind doesn't have eyes, so it doesn't know what it doesn't, it doesn't know what it can't see. So you can tell it. So if you guys walk past each other in the hall, instead of going, oh, they didn't say anything to me, say to yourself, wow, they finally said something to me. That's amazing. That's great. Do that every single time you pass them until they do. That's all you need to do, and it'll happen. But yeah, apologies. I'm not sure why your message came through. So hopefully, that answers your question. But yeah, like it didn't come through until you just said it just then. Elias says, thank you for everything. Have an amazing dinner. I hope the beef curry tastes really, really good. I'm sure it will, because Katie's an amazing cook, so I'm probably looking forward to it. Dev says, do you have to feel your affirmations? Because I don't feel anything. So when I don't feel anything, I mean, you don't have to. It's better to, just because it helps you really feel into it. But like, you don't have to. But the way that, like, I always say it out loud with conviction. So if I'm walking around the house and I'm on my own, and let's say that I'm working on money, I have received like X amount of money, or my subscriber count is going up more and more, and I literally just say it as if I'm like bragging it to someone, as if someone's on the other side of the room, and I'm like, listen, I got this. That's how I basically affirm, and that helps me feel it as if it's true. Or another way, and I actually screenshotted this from Elmer, and because I wanted to suggest it to you guys as like it's basically just this really long tangible way of him saying something. He says, in an easy and relaxed manner, in a healthy and positive way, in its own perfect time, for the highest good of all, I intend £10 million to come into my life as my very own, and into the lives of everyone who holds this intention. And I think that's very, very wordy. But I like the fact that he's literally like really listening out. So it's like, in your instance, you could be like, I feel absolutely amazing that this thing has come to me in such an easy, effortless way. And you really like just describe it. That might help you feel it. But you don't necessarily need to feel them, but they definitely do hold more potency if you really do assign a meaning that they are true. Iselin said, I appreciate all your help, Matt. I'm just in despair. I'm sorry, but I think a lot of people would be if they tried for a long time with no results, and isn't a waste if you have to move on. No, I'm not saying that you're in the wrong for how you feel, and I'm not saying anything like that. What I was saying was that, like, if you are still in this state, despite obviously how long that you have been talking to me and in these live streams and stuff, then I don't really have any other suggestions. This is me holding my hands up and saying that I think you need to take this on your own.
I think that one of the things that you need to do is continue to live your life. So not necessarily now just completely switch your focus from one person to a new person and just put all that effort in. Just continue to live your life. Continue to go about like your day. If you bump into someone and you think that they're actually quite nice, just see where it goes. You can continue all of the affirmations and you can continue wanting this SP. You can continue pursuing that SP, but you could also be happy while you do it, and you could also just continue. And the thing is as well is it's not necessarily a waste of time, but it could be I can't remember the word.
Bridge of incidents.
There you go. It could be that is just what you need to do to find your happiness, to find your self-worth, to find your feelings again, and then in 3 years' time you bring them in, or in 3 months' time you bring them in. It might just be that that's what needs to happen. I don't know, but I just think like putting everything on hold are you having a chat in the thing?
Yeah, keep going, it's fine.
But yeah, putting absolutely everything on hold and putting yourself into misery and into despair, when you could just continue to find happiness in a different kind of way.
Yeah. And by the way, when I said that you need to take this on your own, I didn't mean as in like I'm not going to help you and that like I want you off this channel. What I meant is that like you need to decide what's best for you and then go from there. Obviously, every single time you comment, I'll still respond and stuff like.
And we will, definitely continue to offer advice and offer help. But I think, one of the things that you need to do is find your happiness. Find something, even if it's not a new person, just find a new obsession. Find a new, like, I personally go through different obsessions, and every now and then I spend nights and nights making like bulk making wax melts, or I do some coloring in or some art or something, and like just finding things that make you happy and stuff.
Yeah. So continue to live your life. Continue to find who Iselin is and what she likes and does, and do those things. That's the advice that I'm gonna give you. No, it's not spicy. I mean, it's like a little bit, but it's not like overly spicy because we're white. Not joking.
We like spice, but we don't like I don't like spicy curry. I like spicy other things. Like
yeah, I'm on that.
Yeah.
I prefer to just enjoy my
like
curry.
curry, I much more like the creamier ones and stuffs.
Yeah. I'm being a child. Anyway, no more comments from now because we literally got to read these and then head off because the rice is about to like absolutely just start screaming.
It just boiled over
Yeah.
everywhere because I forgot to go and stir it.
And Andrew Roy says, I guess stream's ending soon. Well, have an amazing night. Absolutely love today's stream. Looking forward for the next stream. Yeah, we look forward to having you there and make it a bit longer than just an hour. Well, you guys got an extra 15 minutes this time, so but yeah, no, we definitely will do more
Next
longer ones
as well. We might even be able to do a long one.
Yeah, potentially.
Because I'm working. Am I working this Saturday?
I don't know. We'll sort all that
out. But yeah, we might actually be able to do a much longer one. Are you at band?
Not on Saturday. I'll do it Sunday.
You're at band on Sunday.
I can do Sunday. We'll discuss this outside the stream, but we'll probably end up doing quite a long one next time.
Yeah, like earlier in the day.
Yeah.
Because
And then Abonnet says, I know, right? Matt's dropping bars. Yeah. Sybil says, enjoy your night, guys. Thanks for your advice. Absolutely. Thank you for showing up. Abonnet says, and Anand, being board students for 7th, we got this. Yeah, good luck on your exams. You got to let us know next week how they went. Obviously, I know won't know the results, but you got to let us know how they went. Abonnet said, all right, guys, thank you for watching Katie's live stream. Hope you have an amazing night. I told Abonnet to get in the bin. She said, rude, and Anand laughed. Abonnet says, I wonder who typed that. I said, Katie. Abonnet said, get reduced to atoms, begone. And then Anand said, Matt got into Bully Maguire mode. Then I put an emoji of Katie's face. And Abonnet said, wait, no, I meant this to Matt, not Katie. Don't get reduced to atoms, Cat. And then Anand said, I wonder who voted yes. And then Abonnet said, Matt, come on. Well, since this is the end of the stream, I'm going to put Katie. Well, no, I'm going to put Katie in a timeout and all. I'm going to put Abonnet in a timeout next stream. So look forward to that. You all got to show up and see that. Thank you, everyone, for showing up. I really, really appreciate it. Got to do one more quick thank you. I just got to find it. Yep. Just because I got Thank you, Natty J, for your $5 and your love seeing your channel grow. Thank you, comment. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you, everyone, for showing up, and we will catch you in the next live stream. And hopefully, we've got more videos, 4 videos coming for you this week. So look forward to those. All right, peace. Bye bye. Awkwardly end the stream.